Alright. Just feel like doodling and doing a little bit of color to do. And setting up my spot in my workshop for the next time I decide to do some doodling. Working on some ideas that haven't, just using these that I have seen, but some decorations that I haven't seen someone use to decorate this. And most likely I'm going to turn it into a bookmarker. Not sure yet, but most likely. That over there. I found my eraser finally. And I'm going to use my mechanical pencil this time. I did find out one thing by drawing. If you're doing a large project, mechanical pencil with lead that's that thick is good for like a large paper. But if you're going to do something on paper this size, it's better to get a smaller lead size. I believe this one's a 0.5. Nope. It says 2.0. Quite larger than 0.5. So, because I don't have any other mechanical pencil right now, and I don't feel like looking for my other pencil sharpener, I'm going to use this and attempt to do just some fun doodling. Nothing big, nothing spectacular, and then color it because I feel like doodling, and since I have a camera, I might as well doodle while I have the camera. I might color this. This was an attempt to copy a picture off my phone, and just like the other picture, for some reason the copy machine made this really dark. So I'm probably going to use alcohol markers on that, so I don't have to press very hard to get the color to come through. I may or may not do that right now, you know, after I finish this doodle. So this time I just kind of want to practice, kind of like practice doodle. That's how I do an emoji. Guess I should have started the circle off bigger. There we go. And a cartoon face, which this video will be coming out tonight. So you're hearing about that video on this video. I just did like a drawing, like a just practicing different hairstyles, and one looked like anime, one looked like cartoon. So I'm going to kind of duplicate that same process. Let's see, different shape head. Okie dokie. Now let's do the eyes on this one. My smiles are always crooked. Well, that just smeared it. Okay. Okay, now that I thoroughly smeared that. That's more like what I'm going for. Alright, now this face. So, this time I decided instead of singing or humming, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my plans. So, this week, I wanted to do like something simple because I didn't have the time. Normally my hands bother me, so I have to like pick days of the week to draw, or I have to do partial drawing and then finish it another time. Same with coloring. I have to do partial and finish it another time. So I wanted to this week do a lot of drawing and then color next week. I kind of mixed it up on this one because I really wanted to do both. I didn't have a lot of time, so I made it like really simple. So I chose the smiley face, a cartoon face, and a kind of anime-like face, at least in my view. And next week, I have a lot of pre-drawn art that I want to color, and I'm going to use different types of media. So you might see some types of art supplies I haven't used before. And so I hope you stay tuned. And I think at the end of this week, if not the end of this week, the beginning of next week, I'll be posting another video where I turn this into a sticker and I start to color in the gray washi tape that you see at the top. It was color. I try to print out one of my drawings that I already drew that I had on the phone, and the printer didn't work with me. So I started doing black liner and then coloring it with not just alcohol markers, but Crayola markers, because the Crayola markers turn out to be pretty bright, trying the two of them together. So you're going to see me use two different markers and my Ohuhu pen liner. And then next week, I plan to put a little spin on some of my art so that you guys will see me do more than just like draw faces and bust pictures. I have a couple that have full pictures, like backgrounds, a full person drawing, but I haven't been able to sit down and do the colors and add the colors to it or do painting. So I'm hoping that I get the chance to do that next week. If not, at least start it so you can see a continuation of a picture I already drew, like one with like a little baby looking character or being sitting holding a cup. And kind of put a little spin on that. And another drawing that I drew a long time ago. Alright. Also very similar to drawing when you were a kid. A little bit more practice. A little bit more practice. And I still have a ways to go before I get the level of anime drawing that I'm looking for. But it also comes down to color when it comes to anime. Sometimes it looks best once you add color. Alright, so I've got these three appearances down. Now I'm going to add some color. I don't know what happened, but something must have blew in the window. I'm allergic to because now I got the sniffles. Alright, I'm going to use what I think is the smallest outliner because I found this much. You don't always have to line your pictures depending on the look you're going for. But what I'm going for is to eventually either turn these into stickers or something, stationary like. And I like to have little extra dark lines on it so it's easier to see when you add it to other stationery, journals. I noticed I did a bit of mumbling in the video, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that and pick a time of day that's not so quiet, so I don't have to try to be quiet and have that gravelly voice. My hands are not very steady either. Little extra movements that you can see when I'm outlining. I'll see if I can do something about that. Make the line a little thicker so it looks rounder, even though it's obvious that I messed up. Add this little sparkly over here. Try to trace that without covering it up. Now I know why people add sparklies with white marker or something, so you don't ruin your sparkly. Hey, I managed it. Alright. Now, I'm probably going to cut away and come back because I don't want this film to be too long. Alright, I got the black liner down. And erase some of that pencil that's in the background. Sometimes the black line art makes it look better. Sometimes it doesn't matter whether you have extra background. Gotta remember to clean that eraser so it doesn't smear my pictures. Pause this while I pick out some colors for skin, hair, and hat design. You know what? The smiley over here has nothing on its head, so I'm gonna add a bow. There. Now it's not completely without something that says it's female. Now pause and go back to looking out for my colors. Okay, some skin tone. The emoji might just make the typical yellow. I like it a little blushy. Now, sometimes the coloring is my favorite part, but I like to color my own drawings, so sometimes I'll do both. And that's just regular copy paper. And yes, the paper does matter on how well some things blend, because if the paper's soaking it up and not giving it time to blend, you can tell. Sometimes I don't have time to color, so I might do like a black and white drawing. You'll see that a lot. It's funny looking at the little hats. Kind of looks like it's in almost like winter time or early cold spring. So let's extend this blush a little. So with me, I'm limited on how long I can use my hands. So a lot of times I have to cut out and cut back in. I don't have a set with the skin tones in it, so I just have to pick something out. It works more for like things like scenery, objects, not as well with people and their skin tone. Here, a little shadow on the nose, and a little bit under the eyes, because she's smiling with very smiley eyes. So sometimes you'll see my black and white drawings in one video, and in another video to see me color it. But then usually when I color it and I'm just coloring, I try to turn it into the type of art I want it to become, like sticker, part of stationery, washi tape, or something to stick onto a creation that I already made by hand, DIY project, or organizer. On the edges of the hair, looks like might need a more gray tone. This might work for a little bit more shadow. I'm curious to whether the audience wants to hear me doing some talking or some humming or just quiet with ASMR or a mix. Yeah, you can tell it's shaded without being too dark. Now, move on to the other person. So I guess I'll ask that question on the community tab. I have to look into the way people do polls, because I don't know if I have to wait until I have 500 subscribers. I'll put it back. Yes, I'll put it back. Now here we go. This says dark yellow. It looks orange. But in a way, that's kind of what I need for the facial color, because it's too yellowy to me. Could be this light. I forgot I have yellow light. That doesn't help with colors. Just so you guys know, don't pick yellow light for your art desk. I don't have one on my art desk. I'm using my phone light. to try to make it a little bit brighter. But all around is like a yellow light. And the yellow light is making it a little bit harder to tell what the colors will look like for real. Give a little bit more blush. But I guess it's time for me to visit a few more live streams of some of my fellow artists or some of the other people in the community. I know I haven't seen some of the channels and videos for a little bit because I haven't been online. Okay, eye color. I think I'll just make it brown. I don't do brown eyes very often, so I think I'll make it brown. You know, what I'm missing is one of the white markers that lets you fix your mistakes with pen and give it that little sparkly eye look. Because now she looks like she's kind of like zoned out. When you see this on some of the cartoons and stuff, that looks like she's hypnotized. Why not? Let's give this little emoji brown eyes too. Now I like to do a premiere where I kind of chat with you guys, but I only have data right now instead of internet, and that's kind of buffers a lot. It does look like what it could look like. I'll fix it just a little, like that. Oops, I forgot about the bleed effect. Just dab it. Let's see, do I have something that might fix that? I really don't. Not at this time, I don't. Alright, look at the eyes. The lip was a little darker than mine. Now we're going to do the hair and the hat. I think I already decided I'm going to make the bow purple. And then I'll make the hat light blue. The light blue won't, I don't think it'd be so bad on the purple bow on the yellow face. Alright, decided to give everybody time. He looks happier for some reason than just having an open blank mouth. Oh yeah. Kind of darken the background. I don't want it black, I don't want it gray. Don't worry, we're almost done. So I decided to do a dark purple instead of black in the background. That kind of makes that mistake look a little better too. Put these back so I don't get confused on what I use. Alright, I'm back. A little tongue. I'm going to try to carefully get the yellow in here before I put blue around the edges over here, because that blue is more likely to smear into my yellow when my yellow is bleeding into the blue. So the yellow, I'll put the yellow down first and give it a chance to kind of dry before I add the other color. And here I was sitting there coloring them, and I was like, when they were just black and white, they weren't so cute. But they were nice looking, but to me they weren't that cute. And then when I started coloring them, it's just like life started coming into them. Okay, that's my yellow emoji. Guess I'll make these little sparklies yellow too, since I don't have a white pen. So I decided to make it streaked hair. Overall, this has kind of been fun for me to like draw 3 different types of drawing or more than one type, and then color it similar so you can see kind of how they measure up to each other. But soon I hope to do the same thing, but like different types of art supplies, maybe different types of markers or different brands of markers. Since I don't yet have an income on pending disability, this is kind of like I get presents, or I'd like do a little drawing for someone so that can they'll pay me a little bit for my drawings, and I can save up that and then get some supplies and then slowly make it where they're a little bit more complicated and a little bit more precious. Okay. That was purple. Guess next week I'll do a little bit more coloring and then turn all these different things into stickers and washi tape where I can use it. Add the sticky stuff. So I could have the double-sided tape. I'm gonna use double-sided tape, and then I'm gonna use a laminate on some of it. Some of it I kind of want to stay matte. Some of it I want to be shiny. Now these I want to be shiny. Might make these matte. Color those in. For now, didn't want the film to be too long, so they still kind of end up long when you do a lot of talking and drawing anyways. So I'll try to be quiet for some of it so I can just speed it up and shorten the film just a bit. So slowly over time I've been collecting better quality or different levels of quality of art supplies. I can't help myself. I gotta do a little bit more shadow because I usually put shadow even on my cartoons. At least on the face, you know. Give it some depth. I don't want to be 2D or too close to being 2D. So, since I really hadn't been online specifically looking at art, when I first learned about the alcohol markers, I was like, okay, I gotta get me some of those. So I got the cheapest I could get for the most amount for my money. And then I tried the same thing with the acrylic markers. Underneath the brim of the hat, darken that. That looks like it's on her head, not just sitting. Now, I didn't want to add too much shading because when you're trying to show somebody like the little tiny details, you just do too much and then they just can't remember like the little simple things like adding more shadow. Makes it look like your art is less 2D and like it comes together. Like these objects are sitting on her head, not just against her head. Now I already had like multiple crayons and color pencils. I knew something was missing. A little bow shadow. Alright. That concludes my little drawing. Wait, I'm gonna give them a little bit of background. I haven't been giving them a background. Maybe. Guess I'll make it multicolor background. So then I tried to get like the largest amount of color pencils I could, which until this year it wasn't possible, and then I got that. I didn't even know there was that many possible in a set, like 520, but I finally got that for my birthday. And I also started getting some different types of paint, acrylic paint, but like different levels of paint. But you guys will see what I'm talking about next week because I gotta experiment a little bit, learn how to use it because I'm used to acrylic markers and I haven't done a lot of painting with a paintbrush in a very long time. So I hope you guys enjoy me exploring the new art supplies and kind of learning a little bit. I kind of focus on how to do shading right now. I got one to a little inky. I've been doing a lot of drawings of people. I do better in scenery drawings. That's kind of like natural for me, and a little bit better with animals, but I haven't done a lot of practice with animals lately. So I'm doing people and animals. I'll still make the bottom purple. Oh, it fell apart. 1 second. I had to pause it and get help to get this back off so I could put the lid, because I put the lid back on it, not thinking about it, thinking that the whole nib came out, and it wasn't out. So then I had to have somebody help me pry the top back off of it and put the ink back in. Like, I have never had to happen with these markers. I would have thought the nib would come out, not the whole inside of the marker where all the ink is. Alright, that concludes my cute little drawing here. Come back next week for when I do some more coloring and make a couple of these into stickers. Thanks for watching. Just out of something. And a little bit to the eye. There's always that last little detail that some artists have to do. I try not to do that, but just sometimes you just gotta finish it, because you know it's gonna look different next time they see it, because it's gonna be on camera in another project. So that's what I had to do here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Can't really tell. These will be a little darker. One more thing, I'm also experimenting with different types of paper with the different types of supplies I have. So you'll be seeing me trying to leave comments or descriptions letting you know what type of paper I'm using. I'm trying to let you guys know what type of supplies I'm also using, so that if you're inspired to use them, you can also find them too. You can kind of tell. That's a little bit better. Alright, now I think I'm done. And always a little happy ending. Bye-bye.